Hi, my name is Maggie Reed, and I'm just taking a moment here to make a video to share with you a little bit about myself and the upcoming trip that I'm participating in, the missions trip to India through Global Hope India. So I've been a Christian basically all my life, and I've attended church most of that time. I was raised in a Christian family. My parents were very missions oriented, both here in the United States, here locally and abroad. Uh, when involved in church, was very often part of the worship ministry team, just because I love to sing. And I'm glad to say that was continued even as I got married, going on 14 years ago. And right now I attend New Life Providence Church, and we've been a part of the New Life Church ever since we've been married. And I was involved, of course, with the music ministry there. 5 years ago, I had my son Roman, and then less than 2 years later, Madeline. And so that kind of took me out of the loop, excuse me, in terms of ministry. And I've just been focusing a lot about raising kids and operating a business that I started last year. But fortunately, things have gotten to the point now where it's really a time for me to give back. That's what I feel like I need to be doing now in my life with how much God has blessed me. So this trip to India is a pretty big jump, considering the last trip I went on when it was a church ministry thing was when I was just 15 years old. So why India? Well, it's one of the countries that was, or that my father really was able to impact with revelation that he received from God about how to share God's word through cell phones. And at the same time, kind of parallel, coincidentally too, my sister Rebecca and her husband Chris Ayers also became involved with international missions through their church, and they've been to India a couple of times now with the organization I mentioned earlier, Global Hope India. So when they came to me last year and said that they were going to be leading a group this year to India, and asked me if I wanted to go and help continue the work that my father had started, along with participating in church planning conferences and a women's conference. I felt like this is the time for me to do it. And it's 10 days, and it's at the end of October. And amazingly, it's not very expensive. It's just $2,800 in terms of covering expenses. So I know that God can easily provide for that. Certainly, what's more important is preparing my heart, preparing my mind for this separation from my kids that I'll have for the first time for 10 days and being on the other side of the world. Well, actually, I have another trip here in August going to the UK too, which is not a church-based thing. It's a different event. But this year's really exciting for me. God's doing amazing things, and I appreciate any help that you can provide in making this happen. Just give as you feel led. And I appreciate whatever you can do. All right, thank you so much, and God bless.